I've started the clock. This is my goals video for December December 2022. I only have a little bit of time before work, but I want to get this one done and in the can so I can continue on in December. So yes, let's get through it. Number one, time with Ja. Always important. We'll continue to focus on that. Number two, walk daily with the dogs and Jackie, and hopefully include Ja in that somewhere in there. That would be awesome. That would dovetail nicely with number one. Number three, early to bed, early to rise. We'll continue to work on that. I think I've got fairly good rhythm going. We'll continue with that. Number four, late night snack. I've had a lot of difficulty with this. My thought for this month is I'm going to make a menu. One rice cake, 2 tablespoons of pumpkin seeds, one chocolate bar, one glass of milk. Yes, that is my light snack. That's better than what my usual snack is. I will put a little L mark on my calendar here. I had such success with other marks on the calendar, and I'll talk about them later, that I'm going to put an L there. If I can actually keep to that menu, I will give myself the reward of a little L on my calendar. So yes. Number five, phone and earbud hygiene, and I'll continue with my B mark for the earbuds. Phone is no problem. I just hang it up and it charges in here. I don't have a charger in the bedroom. I just have it in my office. So yes, a little B mark on the calendar for that that I get to check off. Number six, work on time. Yes, which is a part of making sure I get this video done in 15 minutes so I can get to work on time. Number seven, daily physio exercises. This is my physio and my vocal exercises, which we'll get to later, which are the F and T marks on the calendar. I've just put this mark on the calendar and then I get to check it off, or I circle it because I didn't do it. And this has been very effective as a good way of keeping track of my progress and kind of just like, there, I'm making progress that way. Number eight, my BookTube channel. Not this channel where I just natter and make videos, but the actual public channel. I am going to publish Secrets of the Flesh video. I'm going to publish a waffle video at the beginning of this month. So I'll need to kind of think about what I want to include in that. I'm going to re-log on onto Jay Shea, the actual channel, on December the 4th and publish videos and then off BookTube until the new year. So I think the plan is I'll be on BookTube from sort of the 4th of December to the 11th of December, and then I'm taking the rest of I give myself permission to take the rest of the year off and only come back in January, where I can think about what I want to do then. Now, while I am off, I'm still going to continue making review videos because I really enjoy making review videos of books, and the ones that I'm happy with, I will publish on Jay Shea in January. I'd also like to try and make some narrow subject videos on books. I've got a thought for a witches video to start off with, which is a book that I didn't actually finish, so I might not actually release it, but I will try and pick out things like Orlando Furioso actually is the other one. Here, let me just add that into the thing. Orlando Furioso, I want to make a short video on, let's put Orlando. I'd like to make a short video on just pick one particular part of Orlando Furioso, do a little deep dive and see how that goes. Maybe what I'll do is that unmanly section where there is a wizard, sorceress on this island, and she's unmanned all these men and made them feminine. And I'd like to do a little bit of a deep dive on that particular section and chat about that, just as my video for this half of Orlando Furioso, because I'm not going to be so insane as to try and do one video covering the whole bloody thing. So yeah, that are plenty of plans for my BookTube channel in December, even though I'm only going to be on it for the first week of the month, or the first, not the first 3 days, but after that for the first week, 4 to 11. Number 9 is to finish Duffelpuff, my NaNoWriMo story. I am probably, I don't know, halfway through. I have, yeah, I'm probably about halfway through. We'll see. So how am I going to get to the end of Duffelpuff? Make a list of the scenes to get to the end, print that out and tick them off as I go, which I have already done. So I've already done that part of this to-do list for this goals list for December. I've printed out, I have what looks like 14 scenes for Mrs. Duffelpuff and 15 scenes for Peter, her son, and that's good because they alternate between, and there's some of those scenes that might be shared scenes between the two of them. So yeah, that is good. I'm going to tick them off as I go along. I will continue getting up at 7:30 to do 1-2 sessions a day, and trying to get to bed at a reasonable time. I'll probably do a couple of videos during the month, just sort of keeping up on the progress of it. I sort of did Spotty NaNoWriMo journal, where I did one, and I might even add it to the end of the NaNoWriMo journal. I'll keep it all in the same folder of my progress on the Duffelpuff and my agonies and my embarrassments. Oh, so much embarrassment. I'm a part of the kink of one of the characters, Peter, is that he is so turned on by embarrassment, which, geez, I wonder where that comes from. Ugh. So yeah, I'll do that. Number 10, and this is, how many are there? Here, let's keep it in sight. I have 15, so I'm not doing too bad. I have 8 minutes left, so that's not bad at all. I am going to keep up with my daily journal keeping, working on a vignette or a subject each day. I will continue to try that. I think the big thing is to do my list at the midpoint of the day is always very helpful before I go to work. It works really well on work days, where I'll just stop before I leave. I will just write down, what have I done today, and just list it all out in numbers 1 to whatever of what I've done. I have for a number on today's list, so that is good. Number 11. Oh, my thing that's been really tough for me is daily tasks, keeping in Keep Note. I've got in the bathroom if necessary. Yeah, I need to get in the habit of just checking that the Keep Note list each and every day. I did visit it on the weekend. I tried to make one on Monday night for the week coming up. And I did do that. I should be revisiting it each day. I'm on Thursday now. I have not looked at it on Tuesday and Wednesday. But hey, I'll go to the bathroom and I'll look at it. I'm not proud. Whenever you can get in there and actually look at something, that would be really good. Probably would be best going to the bathroom first thing in the morning. Just grab the phone and have a look through versus, I don't know, looking at news feeds, looking at YouTube or whatever. Just do that. Number 12, raking/winter garden cleanup. That'll just be, for me, I find the most effective thing is to do little 10, 15-minute jobs every single day versus saving it for the weekend, where, there'll be bigger jobs on the weekend, but try and do little jobs during the week to try and keep on top of things, but also not to overdo myself on the weekend and then just end up feeling achy and horrible, because I feel achy and horrible when I'm going back to work on Tuesday. Anyways, I don't need to add to it with all that stuff. Number 13 is my vocal improvement stuff, which, continue with my no ums videos each week. B is, which is basically my no ums video, is where I check in with, hey, how have I been doing with my vocal training? And that is doing with my physio. I also do kind of vocal warm-up. I'm reading out Orlando Furioso, which I had a really good session of just recently, kind of using actually stuff I'd learned from my vocal videos of the recent time. Patsy Ruddenberg's idea of using stress to really illuminate the meaning of the words you're saying. Say the words like you mean them, and that really actually helps make for interesting vocals. You suddenly there's a mind behind it, there's feeling behind it, and that really makes for much more engaging reading on my part, and probably if someone else was to actually listen to me, actually to get that. So yeah, doing that. Yeah, so there's all that. Had a really interesting thing just now, stumbling across a video where I gleaned a little bit of info for myself, which is reminding me that I'm not only verbally vocal. There's not only a vocal performance going on, there is a physical performance going on. I'm filming myself. I'm doing this to be a better communicator on camera. That also means in person, my physical self, and all the little ticks and all the little repetitions of movements, or that all that information is something that I'm conveying, and I'm either using that for a purpose or it's clutter. And I have a feeling that if you're not conscious about it, it can very often turn into clutter. So I'm going to start kind of, for December at least, I'm going to start noting that down. Let me just pause. Okay, Ja is home, but let's see if I can get the rest of this done. So yeah, try and do, oh, probably not going to. Okay, I'll pause. All right, one take wonder here. Let me just try and power through this to the end, and then I will need to get going. I got to get the dogs out and say hi to Ja, who just came home. So where am I? C would be doing anxiety videos, check-in by maybe bi-weekly. I should think about here. I'm going to write one down for tomorrow. Inks video. And we'll see how that goes. And then I'll see if I want to do them maybe every other week, just do a kind of a mental check-in video for myself. Different than a dark video, in the sense that a dark video is just me chatting about the day, though I often get all my anxieties out. D is doing my vocal exercises every day, vocal exercise video once in the month, which I've written down on the calendar. So where I record myself ridiculously doing my vocal exercises, something which next month I will make an effort to enliven with some new exercises just to try and keep myself mindful. Yes, and that's what I have down is F is December change alt vocal routine. And it's like, no, it's going to be January. So I'll have to add that, I copy and paste from November onto December because things kind of stay the same in a lot of stuff. Number 14 is continue to make a 2023 themes ideas document to add to put on the calendar. What are things that I would like to do better? What do I enjoy doing? What makes me unhappy? Consult the Cortex, which I've already done. And I've ordered an at-a-glance calendar and make my own pictures if I need to. Just like the calendar is a big thing for me planning, for me motivating myself. So definitely getting another wall calendar to put on there. I can supply my own pictures and stuff like that. Number 15 is a little vague at the moment because we just had a conversation about it today, but Ja brought up the idea of, we don't have kids. There are predictable but life-changing changes that will be coming up in our lives. Some of that has to do with Ja's mother, who we live with, who, when she dies, what is our living situation going to look like? Part of it is, okay, we're going to get older and we're not going to be as well. One of us could have a stroke. Trying to get all that stuff in order. Jacques came up with the idea of maybe coming up with a binder where we keep a lot of information together, and also just sort of planning ahead, planning for eventually we'll need to put ourselves somewhere where people can assist us in living. And I mean, this is like, yeah, we're in our 50s, but it's a good thing to start thinking about now. And especially as a childless couple, I think it's one of those things that dwells on your mind, even though Ja made the really good point that just having a kid doesn't guarantee that you're going to have a caregiver later on in life. I was estranged from my family. I was not there for my mother at the end of her life because I didn't want anything to do with her life. And, even if it's not as extreme a division as that, people just sort of drift away. It's like, yes, you gave birth to me, but that doesn't necessarily mean I have the responsibility to take care of you in your old age. You know, it can greatly vary. So it's not just necessarily a thing. And like, we do not regret not having kids. But yeah, yeah. So that is a thing to put. That's what I put down as number 15 is Ja and me future planning. That's financial. That's where we're going to live. That's, you know, how we're going to live. Getting all of my pension stuff together. For luckily at work, I'm a union full-time job, so getting all that stuff together. So yeah, yeah, I thought I'd better note that one down. All right, I will leave it there. That is my December 2022 goals. Things to get done. Oh boy. All right, I will leave it there. More videos later.